All right, everybody, so we are here with the Tesla Model 3 Highlander Edition 2024. This is a really cool car. I am in Milwaukee, Wisconsin right now at the service center, and they just got this Tesla in today, and I was able to score a demo drive appointment. All right, so we are in the brand new 2024 Model 3 Highland Edition, or Highlander Edition. This is one of the most exclusive cars in North America right now. There's like basically none of them. I got the opportunity to try this as a demo, and my first impressions are this is crazy. First of all, you don't have a turn stalk here. You have buttons, haptic feedback buttons, so you can definitely feel it when you press it, but there's no turn stalk. That's crazy. And then also to put it in drive, you first put your foot on the brake pedal, and then you swipe up here. You got a menu here, so you go forward to go into drive, and then down to go into reverse, and then P to pressing P to park here. So really crazy. So let's give it a go. So my first impressions are this is a really nice car. We haven't got it on the highway yet, so I won't be able to tell like how good the sound dampening has improved from the previous model. But first impressions are it's obviously very modern. Every Tesla is pretty modern, but just getting rid of the stalks here even makes that more minimalistic. So we're gonna get on the highway here and see what the hype is all about. Overall suspension, I can notice a difference. We just came from like a 2022 2021 Model Y, but this is a Model 3, so it's doing pretty good. Steering is a little bit different coming from the Model Y. It feels easier. I really like the steering wheel. It's so weird, no turn stalk. I'm reaching for it and there's nothing there. The sound, it's way better than the Model. Would you guys agree? You hear less than the Model Y?
Much quieter.
Much quieter. Suspension, softer. So we're on the highway right now. We are one of the first people to be driving this. This just arrived today to the Tesla service center. The service center in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This might be very well the first one in Wisconsin right now. I've heard a lot of people being able to find them in California, but this seems to be the first one in Wisconsin. Just came in this morning. It's been booked a bunch of times for these demo rides, so I'm really excited that we're able to be in this car right now. You can notice right here, I believe this is the speaker right here, but when there is somebody in your blind spot, it basically lights up a little red dot here. So overall, it's really comfortable. The seats are new. They are ventilated in the front, heated in the front, and I believe the ones in the back are heated as well. What are you guys thinking about it?
I like this one.
You do?
Not more than mine, but I like this more than mine.
What do you like it? Why do you like it
The
more?
overall feel of the
Suspension's better, I think.
It feels cool.
Yeah, so we are going over some pretty rough roads like right now, some potholes, stuff like that, and it feels way better than the Model Y.
I'd go over a pothole on this any day.
I'm pretty sure you'll want to, but yeah, new material in here. Instead of like the wood being up here, it's more like a, I don't know, Alcantara or something like that. I forgot what it exactly is, but it's just crazy. I like this more than the other Model 3s. The other Model 3s I've been in were like older versions, like 2019, 2021, so it's kind of older, and they have the wood interior in that, but I feel like the quality in this is way better. I'm not sure where this one was built. You can comment down below. I'm sure I could find it through looking at the VIN, but not sure right now. So for the range, I believe this is supposed to be getting about 340 miles of range. This might be a long range edition or standard. I'm not really sure. If you take a look at the battery right here, it's looking like it's probably like 80%, and it shows 195 miles indicated. So a major difference between the interiors is just the turn stalks not being there. Obviously you still have one main screen, which coming from driving the Mach-E mainly, you can check out other videos on my channel of that. It's different not having a heads-up display. I kind of like having a heads-up display, but I feel like I could get used to this pretty quick as well. And for the screen, not much has changed. The processor is still the same, I believe. The screen is a little bit different. And the bezel, as they call it, the little black area here, is a little bit thinner, so you get more screen, I guess you could say. It's still really responsive when you press it, and that it's pretty amazing. Compared to all the other EVs I've driven before, it's just Tesla's got it nailed down with the user interface and how fast it is to respond to clicking in and that. And also the HVAC system, I believe, is modified compared to the older models, so that way you can turn the climate control off on one side of the car, whereas the other versions you couldn't do that. Just try to get try getting a couple of clips of it being a half or 0.5 zoom and then a 1 zoom, and just get it so it's like it shows me driving just the full. So overall, just driving it for the first couple of minutes, honestly, not having the turn signals is not as big of a deal as I thought it would be. I thought I'd be reaching for it all the time, and I did in the beginning, but now not as much. It's really not that bad, and honestly, if you're driving this car for the first couple days, it's probably going to be different, obviously, but after that, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. I just really love the handling also. I'm not really sure what setting it's on right now, if it's on a sportier for the steering or if it's on casual, but that's something I noticed too. Just driving it overall is a better experience that you guys notice compared to the one that we were just in, the Model Y.
It's warmer.
Well, I mean, it changed the temperature.
It's much more quiet inside. The suspension is better. Handles potholes well.
The ambient lighting's nice. The seats.
It has a luxury feel to
Yeah, it does. Does it feel like a luxury vehicle?
it. It does.
Like, with the ambient lighting, I think that really helps too.
It's like being in a short limo.
Oh, yeah. All right, here we go. A little acceleration test. That's nice. That feels faster than the Mach-E to me, and it's perfect for, I think, an ordinary person. It's not a performance version because right now the refresh version doesn't even have a performance version. That might come out later. I'm not really sure. I'll just turn it off.
It felt smooth.
What?
The acceleration.
Yeah, the acceleration did feel smooth. So to control autopilot, instead of having a stock here where you press down once to go into like basic cruise control, and then twice to go into regular autopilot, I believe you just press this little button here and it should go into cruise control. Yep. So we are on cruise control right now. Full autopilot, I believe, is disengaged right now. Probably just because it got here. Maybe the settings are like that. Probably hasn't been calibrated yet, I'm imagining. So the cruise control overall makes it a great experience. I'm sure if autopilot was on here, it'd be no problem. I could see this as an excellent road trip vehicle.
Do we test the acceleration with the coffee?
All right, let's do a little acceleration test with the coffee.
Handled it well.
So how does the suspension feel in the back compared to the Model Y?
Feels better.
Feels better.
What happened to the ambient lighting?
Oh, the ambient lighting just turned. I can see a little bit in the front, but it kind of looks like it switched off a little bit. I did notice that the map here did turn to dark mode, probably because it's getting darker outside. I'm not really sure how they determine when to change that, but yeah, ambient lighting just kind of switched off. Maybe we could try turning it on here. Turn on ambient lighting. Unclear light command. So, guess it doesn't know how to do that quite yet. There's people on there now.
Well, you're lucky you got it. This does not have the self-driving feature.
It could.
Enabled.
No, not enabled. I should probably figure out where the windshield wiper is. There we go. It's a button also. What are your thoughts about the seat?
Let's see.
The front seat is very comfortable.
Yeah. Oh, the ventilated seat is on now. I didn't notice it too much. Did you notice anything?
No.
Overall, this was a really good car drive and a good demo. I'm excited to maybe in the future maybe test this out more once someone I know has one of them. I couldn't go into too much detail with this just because it was a demo ride, but overall the main things I got from it was just the major improvements to suspension as well as the just driving quality overall. And it's a really comfortable vehicle and definitely a car I would see myself road tripping in or buying one just to drive around each day. And good amount of range. If it does get the full 340 miles, that is definitely a good amount for an ordinary person. I think the Mach-E that usually are in my videos usually gets about maybe like 270 miles on a full charge, so it's definitely good.
It's not comfortable if you're not being able to use a turn stalk.
I don't know, I got used to it pretty quick with the turn stalk. I mean, I thought it was going to be harder, but I mean, I've only been driving cars for what, 4 years now, so not new, but I don't know. I think it makes it easier maybe to transition over to a car like this that's pretty modern and minimalistic. I like it. Definitely can see myself owning one of these. So if you guys have the opportunity to do a demo drive, definitely try it out. I mean, you can only experience so much for a video. You can't experience the suspension and just the way that it handles. So I would definitely recommend trying one out, seeing if it's right for you. But I mean, based on my impressions, I would say if you like the older Model 3s, I would say you definitely will like this as well.
Based on your impression, it's right for everyone.
No, I mean, it has to be a certain person who, like, you don't like it because it's way too minimalistic, right? With the screen and not many physical buttons, right?
Yeah.
I feel like if you do like Teslas in general, this one, I mean, it's a little bit of a change, but obviously you kind of know what to expect already with how to work the screen and all that. So, I mean, they haven't changed the UI really much. I mean, it's still fast and responsive, but it looks pretty similar to the one that we saw in the Model Y just half an hour ago. So,
Was
I
there
don't
a
know.
change to the exterior?
Yeah, so there was some changes to the exterior. I think the main thing that most people see is the taillights and headlights. And I think they changed the outside of it so wind goes over the windshield a little bit easier, so that way it gets more benefits from aerodynamics being better. But other than that, I mean, it just looks like a more sportier look, I would say, compared to the other ones. The other ones, I think somebody said it kind of looked like an egg or something. I don't know what they said the front looked like, but it was kind of like...
Can you pick it out? And you can see the differences and notice which one it is.
Yeah, I definitely think I could tell a difference just looking at it. I'm really into Teslas though, so I could immediately notice that the headlights and the taillights and be like, oh yeah, that's a refresh model. I still think that if somebody saw it all in public and they weren't super familiar with Teslas, they would see a Tesla logo and know it's one of them, but they maybe think maybe it's the Roadster or something. I don't know, that's a little extreme, but it definitely has a more sportier look, so they might think it's maybe a different model. The one thing that I do appreciate is that it's a full steering wheel. I have ridden in a Model S Plaid edition, and that one had the yoke, and I don't know, I felt like I was in a race car or something. I don't know, it just didn't feel practical for every day, but I'm sure if you drove it enough you would get used to it. But overall, I just like having a steering wheel like this. Basically, this whole car is, I mean, it just takes a couple days, and I feel like most people could get used to it pretty easily. And we are pulling into the Tesla service center now. But that was a really fun ride. Glad I got to try this out, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think of this refresh model. Would you consider buying one? And do you like the changes? I mean, I do, but I don't think everybody would like it as much.